Mic check, 1, 2. What's good, people? Let me sort this volume out. Harm's Way. That's who we are listening to today. It's devoted to my friend Joel, the metalcore connoisseur. A little bit windy, my apologies, people. We got 10 tracks. This record is called Post-Human, alright? I've not heard anything from Harm's Way since like 2011. In 2011, around that year, they released a record that had the cloud. The image on the front was like the cloud, the symbolism, the cloud holding a rat, like on the cover, and there was no lettering. They were messing around promoting that record when I was last like super aware of them, and that's because I saw them during that period, and they opened up their set with a bolt thrower cover. Is it the Fourth Crusade, perhaps? There's something Crusade, and they opened up with that, and I remember that. This band is something I've not really checked out too heavily, because they've got quite like a gritty, verging on death metal sound. And without further ado, I'm actually happy to give this a good go. I've not really had their music on audio before. I think I had some tracks off of their release prior to that LP I referenced, but I can't remember too much at all in regards to anything. So this is a little bit later on in their period. It's accumulated 219k views on this one track to start. So hey, they established a little bit of a following, right? This is Human Carrying Capacity. I mean, yeah, let's jump in. Peace and love, people. Let's go. Shout out to the moshers. Interesting comment. Caffeinated Insanity says Harm's Way is heavy as hell. I remember in my earlier teenage years, if you wanted heavy music, you had to search by brands, which I assume it means genres. For example, deathcore bands. But now hardcore seems to be more of a variety zone. You have brutal kids and maybe death metal fans who are going to feast on Harm's Way, while 90s skate punk now dads might enjoy, say, Angel Dust. Kind of weird to see that label barriers have dropped. Depends how anal you are about everything, really. I mean, I still abide by different boundaries as far as labelling sounds and bands and albums is concerned. This, to me, yeah, you could argue it was heavy, hardcore, but realistically speaking, baseline-wise, it's metal. Like, there's no punk in here, is there? So I would just argue it's metal music. Any band that plays to a hardcore market, i.e. people who engage in hardcore dancing and have an hardcore aesthetic and a little more adjust to that particular community, if you want to break out of there and be more and actually accumulate a degree of success, you are going to have to turn metal. The whole punk rock thing, the whole grind, well, even grindcore's metal arguably, but you can't, be a power violence band, you can't be a fastcore band, you can't be a hardcore punk band, you can't be you can't do any of these things in that particular community in the modern world without, going metal really nowadays. Like overtly metal. All the leading bands in that field who are headlining the events, bands like this, we got Flipping Nut Loose, all of them lot, Kublai Khan. I don't know, because it's not necessarily my field, but you know exactly where I'm coming from. It's arguably this could be metalcore. 2020's equivalent to metalcore, I suppose, the adaptation and the evolution of metalcore. Chungus Humongous says labels for metal died in 2017. We've all accepted all genres can intermingle and it's still great. Yeah, whatever, but how do you describe a sound to someone, you know? (2018). That was Human carrying capacity, very heavy, yeah, very heavy. The sound engineering gives it great justice. I wonder what tuning we're in. Bomb. Drop A, would you say? In this day and age, I mean, when I was coming up through metal music, drop A was just like any band that tuned lower than A, it's like, what the hell? You just, you know what I mean? I was listening to music prior to the whole gent thing. Of course, you had Meshuggah and the likes and these acts that had extended range guitars, but nobody was really doing it. And like nowadays, it's just like, why the hell not? We might as well have a 7-string, you know? We might as well tune to, you know what I mean, lower octave G tuning or something. It's like, what the flip? We got Last Man coming up next.